All right. What's up, guys? How are you doing? Welcome in. Everyone make it nice. Okay. All right. There it is. It's working. Welcome in. Hey, Helen. What's up, man? How are you? All right. Today's science show day, everyone. I think everyone good night. Going into the co-hosting, talking about science, talking about what's going on. Hey, Scratch, what's up, man? Nice to see you. So see how that does. How we do that. Thank you, guys. Let's check this out.
The world famous Dr. Greg Show.
That's true. That's true. Oh, there it is. That's looking good. We got to fix that camera. Boom, boom. All right. Just want to check this out. Shaboom, bam. How about that? Is this good? Good, good, nice. We're good. All right. Okay, guys, let's get it going. Just started, and thanks for watching. It's the Dr. Greg Show, March 1st. It's wild. It is wild. It's already March 1st. We're 2 months down, 2 months unilateral invasion of a sovereign nation. It's wild to me that keeps happening, but I'm not surprised. And sweet Jesus, please make sure that you are registered to vote. Please, please, please register. Please vote against MAGA and this insanity that's happening. Anyway, here we go. All right, guys, let's do it. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
Good. I'm Dr. Greg. I am your new Bill Nye the Science Guy. I talk to you about cool science facts, science, cool things.
I know. I can't remember what we talked about last time. It was something though.
Yeah, I that's cool. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got some new science facts for you, which are kind of cool.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
We can battle in the background if you want, but whatever you want. Okay. Check it out. Here we go.
The fuck was that sound?
Boom.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Wombats have cube-shaped poops. Isn't that cool?
Nice.
I mean, it's like it's
super awesome. I love it.
So that they don't. They
so glad I accepted this battle to learn that.
Yeah, it's like a way to make sure that their communication doesn't kind of like roll away. They're trying to like combat in order to get that done.
Those sounds. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is cool. The largest anemone fish, so the clownfish.
I know. I want to turn up my volume to hear him, but then the sounds will deafen me, y'all. I can't.
Oh, sorry. Is my mic it's low? I'm sorry.
Yeah, the sounds are much louder than you.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, thank you for the heads up.
You're welcome.
I'll do this.
Oh, I did know that clownfish can change their sex. I did know that.
There we go.
I used to work in a pet store.
Oh, cool. Very nice. Okay.
Like for real, chat, not about the video or anything, but I did when I was in my early 20s.
Okay. Is this better? Sorry about that. Thank you for the heads up. I appreciate you. saying that. But yeah, basically the biggest one will always be the female. If the
Nemo.
yes, exactly.
But what about sharks?
That that's interesting. I don't.
We
know.
want to know fun facts about sharks.
I don't know if I have. Let's see. No, though this is an interesting thing. Your stomach. Oh, I actually do know a thing about sharks. Sharks have actually evolved multiple times, which is kind of cool. So sharks actually they almost went extinct. Like 90% of them went extinct, and then they came back and they evolved to like a very similar shape.
Okay.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Yeah, they have it was just kind of cool. They're so efficient, basically how they're kind of like
I know they are killing machines.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh yeah, we know about our shark.
Naturally. And then it's really cool. The did you know that basically the blue whale is the largest organism that's ever existed on Earth ever, bigger than any dinosaur. Yeah, but you know why? You know why it's the biggest one? Because their main competitor, their main predator, which is the megalodon went extinct.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and that's a shark, and that shark, like basically.
So, what do you think really happened to those people in that went to the Titanic in that propane tank submarine? You know anything about that?
Oh yeah, they got smushed. They got obliterated.
Well, why do you think they ever thought that was a good idea? Were they just insane or what?
Yeah, I think it's like a lot of
insanity and too much money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they basically thought that.
Or do you because I kind of think that anybody with normal critical thinking skills would never think that was a cool idea. And the Titanic is boring as fuck.
I know.
So why wouldn't they just watch something on they could have like a whole theater built into their home and hire divers to go down and do you know what I mean? Some shit like that, to take the video and then invite all their fucking boring friends that want to see a fucking shipwreck over and then do Quaaludes and watch them or whatever they want to do. Right. But I think that they all were maybe in trouble for tax evasion or something like that, and that they just needed to disappear.
Very convenient, a very convenient way to I mean, and they got some life insurance payout, that's for sure.
Because that fucker sure did go get a big ass propane tank, cut it in half, put some stupid shit in it, in a fucking window this big, the fuck, and get a controller and be like, this is how we're going to operate this shit. Like, I could do that. I could do that whole thing. Yeah, I might be building, I may or may not be building one in my garage right now. I'm not going to go see the Titanic because that shit's boring. I'd rather find shit that people dropped off their boats out here in the intracoastal waterway down by my house. But I don't know.
I'm with you. Yeah, I don't get it either. I think you're right. I mean, they're not going to be able to see anything. I think it's just kind of like hiking to the top of.
Thank you. Can you like put yourself in that spot when they do get to the fucking dusty ass dark shipwreck, and then they're all like, hey, I can see it. I can see. Like, now it's your turn to look out of the fucking 45 record size hole. Like, the fuck? Gross. It's so weird.
It is very
People are
weird.
Crazy.
I totally agree.
I'll tell you what, though, if I ever had as much money as those stupid fucks, I would do something much cooler than that.
Yeah.
I would die in such a much cooler way than being imploded in a fucking propane tank. It would just be astonishing, and people would never stop talking about it like they did that. I'm probably the only person that ever still talks about that shit because I think it's so crazy.
Yeah, that is a blast from the past. That was really wild.
Well, I love you.
Okay. Well,
I hope you have a great night, Science Man.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good one. Okay. Thank you, guys. Let's see. I know what happened. Yeah, this happens every like a couple times. I don't know how to fix it, but basically Windows manages my sound device and then takes it and then messes with it. 1 second, guys. Device properties, yeah. Boom. There you go. Yeah, there it is. There we go. There we go. Yeah, and then my voice, I was trying to mess around with this before to keep this lower. Here, there you go. And then I'm sorry, guys. Are the sound effects really that loud? That is that loud? Is that too loud? Oh, nice, nice, Jason. Congrats, nice. Yeah, she is very fun. Yeah, the swiping noise is too loud. The swiping noise is too loud. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, good to know. Thank you. All right. Oh, how about this? No, this. What's up, Nico? Okay, here. Okay, there we go. All right. It's sharp and loud. Ah, okay. Sorry, my bad. Weird. Well, thanks for the input. Nobody's ever said that before, so I appreciate you setting that. This, and then my mic settings were, yeah, my mic settings were off, so that helps. Okay. Well, guys, thank you for being here. Hope you guys are having a good night. Thank you guys for all of the likes. Thank you for the reposts, the shares. Appreciate you for doing all that kind of stuff. Guys, we are on the verge of losing our C status. Please, for all that is holy, we have got to maintain. We have got to maintain our C status. We go down to the D's. Basically, we just get matched with people that care less and less about the show. So that's the thing. So we're desperately trying to cling on as we can. So thank you for everything. Thanks, guys. All right, let's do it. Let's do another one. This there. All right. What can you do to help? It's basically when we battle and stuff, that like giving in times that, you know, there's like a reward thing, but it basically, to be honest with you, it's gift based. So, but whatever, you know, you don't have to, but that is how it happens. So if you can, though, specifically, like the heart meat is a huge help. It really helps like me make more money from the gifts that people already give. And then on top of that, yeah, it's just whatever you can do. Yes. Yeah. The gift gallery. Yeah, that is a good one. Hi, Ducray. Yeah. The gift gallery is a good one. And the heart meats are good. Thank you. Thank you, Helen. All right, guys, shall we? Let's do it again. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Hi, Ness. Notorious.
Is it my Wi-Fi, guys?
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, very good.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg. I'm your new Bill Nye the Science Guy, where we talk about the coolest things that are happening in science. People ask me questions like while we battle with their chat about biology. I can give you cool science facts, cool science breakthroughs, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. So you want to start with science fact?
Yeah.
Okay, your stomach is actually eroded and regenerates about every few days. So the lining of your stomach actually regenerates because of the acid that's inside of it, your stomach acid. Your stomach acid is like hydrochloric acids in there, really toxic. So, well, caustic. So that basically the cells that line it constantly have to be regenerated and to form a new protective layer, so that it doesn't just digest it itself. Kind of cool.
That is cool.
This is a really cool one. So I don't know if you've heard or seen the TV show Last of Us that's actually based off of this, but basically there's a really cool Life of Insects, a David Attenborough documentary, and they have this. Oh, okay. Never mind. That's cool. That's fine. I get it. No, that's cool. No, that's cool. No, I get it. I get it. Yeah, maybe, Audrey, maybe. They do. It's a cool video, man. It really is a cool video. I should probably get the video and kind of like, yeah. Okay, here we go. Here we go, guys. How could you not even want to hear the fact, though? How could you not even want to hear the fact? How dare you? Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you, man?
Good, good. So I'm Dr. Greg. I basically am
Dr. Greg?
I am your new Bill Nye the Science Guy. So I can give you new science facts and breakthroughs, and then we can kind of while we battle, people can ask me science questions.
Let's do it.
Nice. Let's do it.
Am I allowed to ask you questions?
Yeah, man. Of course.
All right.
Okay, so we can like start off. I mean, we can do. I can give you a science fact, but people also like ask me questions along these lines too. So you can actually like ask me questions, or I can give you science facts, whatever you want.
Let's start off. Where'd you get your degree? Where'd you study?
I got my microbiology PhD at UC Riverside.
UC Riverside. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Cool. That's really, really neat, man. That's actually fun.
Mhm.
My first question would be, what is the actual chemical or the organism inside cancer that actually kills you so slowly or rapidly?
So basically, cancer is an umbrella term for hundreds of different diseases. So basically, what happens is that your DNA changes from inside or outside variables. So some people are born with cancer because the ACTs and Gs were just in the wrong order, and there could have been an error there, or someone introduces
DNA cells mutate.
Yeah, DNA cells do mutate.
Sorry, that's my chat. I apologize.
No, it's true. So DNAs in the cells do mutate. So for example, smoking. All right, if you smoke, that is a way that smoke introduces errors to those cells, and then now they kind of have a problem with replication, and then they don't stop. So we as humans are a collection of lots of different types of cells. We have lots of checks and balances to say we need these many muscle cells in our arm. We need these many blood cells in our veins, that kind of stuff. So when mutations accrue and mess up with that order, basically it makes it so the cancerous cells can grow and grow and grow. And why cancer ultimately causes the death of someone is that basically the cancer cells will tell the body that they need more nutrients than they normally actually do.
What is it about? So then, what is it about chemotherapy that actually stops this from mutating or growing? What is particularly is that the chemical? Is the radiation? Is it which just kind of, and for lack of a better word, burns the cells?
So there's old technologies that chemotherapy basically can attack good and bad cells, and that's that's a generalized kind of chemotherapy. But a lot of the new generation gene therapy approaches, where we're actually specifically targeting just the cells with cancer, that's something that we're doing that is really cool. So this is the first human that's actually had their genome modified to remove disease and cancer before they were born. Basically, we sequenced their genome and we found that there was some errors in it. And this professor, David R. Liu, he evolved a molecular medicine in order to go through this person's genome and change the ACTs and Gs so that it actually is correct. And we have that happening everywhere now. There's dozens of human trials that are happening now.
Interesting. So how long do you think it would be realistically before we
Do people
either?
pass away from cancer or from radiation poisoning?
Great question.
Cancer. Yeah, the radiation poisoning like is going to like harm the cancer and harm the red cells, but ultimately it's the cancer that kills you. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so then my question would be: so how long do you think it is until we have figured out how to stop this from either being in our DNA before we're born or before
Mhm.
we get cured entirely?
So
do you think
we-
we're
we're-
at do you think we're at a big breakthrough? Because I've obviously read in the last few weeks that there's been a lot of like discovery. So when do you think we're going to be able to say like, wow, the chance of someone unaliving from this is small?
Yeah, so the person below before they're born, like their genome was changed, and then also, but it can happen like for humans that have already been born, like as gene therapy approaches. And the same professor actually used the similar technology in order to change the errors in someone that had childhood leukemia. So she had childhood leukemia, chemotherapy had failed, bone marrow transplants had failed, and then they gave her one application of this gene therapy medicine, and within 6 months she was in remission, and she's been in remission for 2 years. So it's already happening, and it's happening right now.
So when do you think it'll never happen? Like we don't have to worry about it ever again?
Well, I mean, it's in human trials right now. So basically, people like there's dozens of human trials that are happening around the world for diseases that are easily fixed by DNA. That's the thing. Like if it's a couple DNA errors or it's easy to change, then like within maybe 20 years, I would say. But whether or not it's accessible to everyone, that's the big question, and that's what we kind of have to push for.
Okay,
right?
yeah, that makes sense.
So like the accessibility of it and making sure that it's all kind of like there and ready, because right now if you have to make an individualized medicine for every single person, then it's going to be like on the order of like
Really
millions
expensive.
of dollars. Yeah.
Right. Cool, man. Well, that's actually really interesting. Truthfully.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for the feedback, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hopefully,
Cool.
hopefully my questions were decent questions.
Yeah, no, it was.
What's
That was
up?
great. It was the cool. I love the TTS too. That was fun.
That was cool.
Yeah, my
All right,
man. Have a good night. Bye.
You too.
Debate talk. I can't when I'm in the co-host, I can't take up guests because it kicks me out. So I have to like be I can only like be there with you with that person. Yeah, they're never gonna all the mutations, even like if you think about it, every disease that has 10 different mutations or something, 10 different genes that are all associated with it, each of those genes could be maybe 1,000 base pairs each. So then think about all the mutations along all the different types. That's 100. Do you know what I mean? That there's tons of different mutations that could give one disease. So, and then there's tons of different types of diseases. So it kind of like it's going up and up. The numbers is very high. So the idea is to try to kind of like increase quality of life for diseases that are really, really easy to fix like that. I would assume replication error will always introduce unknowns. I would think, yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good one, but also like your body has ways of stopgapping, stuff like that. I would say, it's more like pernicious than that. Like it's more like your body being told like this is really important in order to like you have to shoot all these resources to it. A lot of the times the cancer infiltrates other organs and interferes with their functioning. Yeah. It makes. What is the phenomenon, debate doc, that makes it so the cancer is like signaling to the body in order to take more resources than they do? It's like I don't know what the term is, but it's like it basically it keeps asking for more and more resources, keeps like ringing that bell, and your body keeps feeding it, and that's one of the reasons why people they pass with cancers because they they run out of resources. So Thank you for being here, Debate Doc. I always love you in the chat, man. Okay, guys. See, Ness in the chat. See how Cachexia. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Guys, we are trying to not get into the D League right now. That is like the number one thing. We are trying whatever we can do. So we need to stay afloat. And so thank you for the heart me's. Thank you. I appreciate you. So okay, nice. CAR-T didn't work for my niece, but transplant was successful. Wow. What a warrior, Michelle. That is incredible. Dang. That is oh, man. Keep thinking about that kiddo, man. Yeah, I think so, Debate. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Okay. Thank you. Where is it? Thank you, Logic Cat. Thank you. Thank you, Helen. F-on. How's it going? Thank you, Ghostbusters. The cancer leads to overproduction of inflammatory mediators. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Aw, whoa. That's cool. I've never seen that before. That's cool. Oh, my mom's on immunotherapy and antibody therapy. All right, let's go. Nice. That's a little molecular biology for you. That's amazing. That is so cool. And then basically the increases in inflammatory mediators increases the metabolic activity. That's it. Yeah. Which means the cancer is high metabolically active and costing a lot of resources. That's it. Thanks, man. Cachexia. Okay, I'll try to remember that. All these mammal words, dude. Oh, thank you, Ness. Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, are you ready? You're too kind. Thank you, guys. All right, let's do it. Here we go.
Oh, it's Dr. Greg.
Hey, what's
Hello.
up, man? How's it going?
How are you, sir? I'm doing excellent. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, dude. I'm your new Bill Nye the Science Guy. So I can give you cool science breakthroughs, cool science facts, and then people with their chat ask me questions while we battle.
Oh, that's great.
Cool. Nice. Do you want to do like a breakthrough? We got some cool new medical breakthroughs. We got some cool science facts, whatever you want.
Science facts. Fact me.
Let's do it. Here we go. Dude, zombie ants. This is cool. So if you play Last of Us or if you've seen the TV show, this is actually what it's based off of. So there's actually a parasitic fungus that takes over and infects an ant, infects its brain, and then it controls the ant to actually walk up to the highest nearby plant. And then from that the body of the ant will sprout the fruiting body of the fungus, and spores will then like rain down across all the other across the environment. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that
what
so
the
cool?
hell?
Yeah, dude.
That's freaky. That's very freaky.
I know, it's crazy. So the whole premise of Last of Us is that could happen inside of like a human somehow, but it wouldn't. But that's that's what the whole point of the show is. So,
well, maybe it could if aliens did it.
I mean, you'd have to have like some, evolution and stuff in order to have that happen. But thankfully, we're not ants. So that's the big, the breakthrough there. Right,
thank you, Kai.
Oh, dude, this is a cool one. The largest organism. Okay, so this is the largest living thing on Earth. And it's actually a fungus that is 2.4 miles long. So from
holy
one
crap!
side
How
to
tall
the
is
other,
it? How tall is it above ground?
Well, that's the thing. So fungus basically is in the soil, right? It's going to be 2.4 miles in the soil, but then the fruiting bodies, kind of like the mushrooms that you buy at the store, those are just the fruiting bodies. So it's kind of like the fruit of a plant. They're not always going to be there, right? So, but the plant,
Gotcha.
which is the fungus in the soil, that kind of like, sprouts it up. So yeah, it's kind of sweet, man. If you think about it, these are kind of like, they come to the top of those, like they're kind of like they shoot them up kind of like satellites, right? Where they shoot them up into the the air, and then just like we were talking about before with this parasitic fungus, where the spores are kind of like put out. But yeah, kind of like it gets a cool idea of like what is an organism and what is the biggest one, and it's some of the smallest, right? It's the fungus.
That's crazy. So you're going 2 fucking miles down below the ground, and you're only this big above it.
Well, 2 miles wide. 2 miles wide. So you could be driving in your car 2.4 miles, and that is how long
And be in the
fungus
system.
is. Yeah, it'd be the same fungus in the ground. Yeah, exactly. So from one
I
edge
bet
to
you
the
guys
other.
didn't know that shit. I bet you didn't know that.
There you go.
Thank you, Dr. Greg. I appreciate it, man.
Thank
I'm
you.
always into facts that nobody knows about, man. That's
Hell
excellent, man.
Dude, nice. I got a really cool one that's pretty memorable for you. This is a cool one. So humans, basically, we evolved, and that means that the processes that evolved before us, we have those within our bodies. So plants are the same way. There's 3 billion years of evolution in how we maintain our cells, how we maintain DNA, create DNA, RNA, proteins, all those processes. The point is that if you compare our DNA compared to a banana, we actually have about 60% of the same DNA as a banana. We share about 60% of our DNA.
Fact that I know you guys didn't fucking know. I know you didn't know that.
Isn't that wild? It's all the housekeeping.
So basically, are bananas our cousins?
In a long way. Yeah. So bacteria first evolved 3.8 billion years ago. Or if you think about it, 3,800 million years ago. And then animals only evolved in the last, which includes, basically that happened 700 million years ago. And then humans evolved 0.2 million years ago. So it's very recent that humans are around. I don't like using the B word, billions. It's hard for people to understand what a billion is. You know what I mean? So I try to say 3,800 million years. Isn't that wild?
Very, very, very wild. Very, very
cool,
wild.
That's cool.
Hey, this is interesting content, man. And it is content that I do not see every day. There is something that you are giving that nobody else has.
Dang, thank you.
Excellent job, man. Excellent job. Way to go, Dr. Greg.
Dude, that's such a heartfelt comment, man. That really warms my soul, man. Thank you so much I really appreciate you saying that.
No problem, man. I definitely followed you, man. I'm definitely gonna come check out some more, man.
Nice, dude. I love it. I followed you too. I'd love to have it again some other time.
That's cool, man.
Let's do it
next time, brother.
All right, have a good one, man. Have a good night. Dude, that's so cool, man. Love that guy. Give it up for that guy, guys. That was awesome.
The world famous Dr. Greg Show.
This is the Dr. Greg Show. That is the Dr. Greg Show. Man. It's so crazy because it's wild, man. The co-hosting stuff has some weird lows, you know what I mean? You really have no idea what's going to happen when we go into these things. And the conversations that we have, it's like some of the best times that I've ever had on the internet doing science communication ever. And it's it happens and it's wow. Genuinely wow, this is the in my brain when I was in 7th and 8th grade, you know, like first getting on the internet in 1999. You know, and I was like, the internet is going to make us all really smart, and we're going to be able to talk and like cool, you know, see cool things and learn cool things, like, you know, and it like brings like those type of conversations like bring back that enthusiasm I had for like the internet, and it marries like this idea of like doing science communication, which is relatively new for me in the last like 5 years, but dang, man, that really means a lot to me when these people say that. Are you the new Bill Nye, the science AI? Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, user. Yeah, exactly, Helen. It's a breakthrough for sure. I love the good vibes too. Yeah, for real. Oh, cool, Laura. Oh, that was amazing. I know. That was so cool, man. Oh, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. That was so cool, man. We've had some really good ones tonight. That was really, really amazing. Oh, that's amazing, Laura Lou. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. Dang, that's really cool. That really means a lot, like genuinely. That really I can't describe it. Are you talking politics tonight? Cameron, I mean, we talk about science and politics all the time. You know, I think like it's not good what the United States is doing. You know, I think like in general we have to respect sovereignty. You know, not going around changing regime changes all the time. It's bad. If it was so popular and he was such a bad leader, Trump should have gone to Congress, gotten congressional approval, talked to the United Nations, got other countries to sign on. The fact that he didn't do it is kind of like pretty telltale, right? That something was wrong, and they didn't want to do that for whatever reason. So, yeah, that's bad. Cyprus was hit. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. There I go talking about the Constitution again. Exactly. Should we be scared about Iran retaliating? Yeah, Cameron, for sure. Yeah, I think like there's definitely more of a threat now than there was before, if that was going to happen. Yeah. We just lost our first aircraft an hour or so. Oh, wow, I didn't realize that. Wow, Ghostbusters. That's not good. That is not good. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for the heart me's. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the shares, the reposts. We are clawing our way back into C1. We were in C2. We're gonna get C1 this week. I feel it. I'm feeling it, guys. Right? Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it? I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. All right, here we go, guys. Thank you. 3, 2, 1. How's it going? Too handsome. You're too handsome. We can't have anyone. I'm very insecure. Okay. His shirt was too blue. I have the royal blue on. It's not okay. We can't just be throwing out. Okay. It's very strict color coding here. Very strict. Very strict. Here we go.
Oh, appreciate the support.
What's up, dude?
What is up, brother? You're one of these freaking.
What? I'm a what? What's up? We're just back to back. Okay, it's all right.
Oye, ¿qué donde ahí?
What's up?
That's a
Assalamu alaikum. Oh man. There you go. I don't know what that was. I know one of these. What's he gonna say there? So what's up, man?
Yo, what's up, man? Wow, you look familiar.
Okay, nice. Dude. Well, I mean, bro, this is the world famous.
The world famous Dr. Greg Show.
So that's probably where you reminded me. That's where you know what I mean?
That's pretty cool.
That's
cool.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
But anyway, I'm Dr. Greg. I'm your new Bill Nye the Science Guy, man. So I give you cool science facts, science news, breakthroughs, and then people ask me questions about biology with their chat while we battle.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I don't really do battles like that. Sometimes I just come up here and freestyle, play the game with random people to see what
Okay.
go with the universe.
Okay. Can I give you a science fact?
Why not?
Okay. Let's give you a science fact, and that we can, we'll leave you with something that you can take home. And
I gotta take at least be useful. At least
Okay.
be useful.
let's get a good one for you. Bone count. When you're born, you have 300 bones, but then because when the bones grow, they fuse together, and basically you are, when you grow, they fuse together, and you only have, as a human, 206.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty
it's a lot of different bones that are all fused, and they wind up.
Now I got a question. If you was to break bones and like that, could that like instance with my hair I got going on? I don't know if you can see
Oh
it,
wow. Okay.
but you see how the bone has infused
Okay. That's not good.
with no, because I got drunk, I broke my hand and I didn't realize how bad it was. I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna let it be. And then over time I just seen that it was a bump. I went to the doctors and they told me the bone just kind of emerged and healed that way.
Okay.
So would that
Yeah.
mean I would have like one less or a quarter of a less bone at that point?
No, you got the same bone, but it's just broken, bro. Is that? It's like, yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I didn't know.
What I mean? You know what I mean? If you took your no, yeah. If you had your game controller and you just broke it in two, like you don't have two game controllers, you just have a broken one game controller. You know what I mean? So,
True. But
yeah.
if you use a third one to fix it, would you still have one or more than one?
That's a good question, man. I think that you would still you'd still have one. You'd still have one. Yeah. All right, man. Well, have a good one. I appreciate you, and stay safe out there. Okay.
Yeah, man, you do the same. It's nice
Thank you.
meeting you.
I appreciate you. Thank you, man. What's up, Reagan? Reagan Jones. How's it going, man? Well, thank you for coming in. All right. Yeah, Augie, that was interesting. All right, don't guys, don't do that. That's not good. Don't do that. Okay, that's not good. Hollywood, yeah, exactly. Cliche. What got me into microbiology? Basically, genetically modifying things is really easy to do with microbes. So, and basically, it takes about 2 weeks to make a microbially a genetically different strain at the microbial level. But like land plants, it's like 6 to 8 months. For animals, for like mice, it's even longer. So it's really fun to like kind of have a rough draft of kind of like the type of pathway, the genomic pathway that you want, and then to try to change little pieces of it to try to make that process a little bit better. So it's it's really genetic. Being a molecular biologist is really what got me into being working with microbes. And molecular biology is basically working with DNA, RNA in order to change them. And so that's what I do, and that's why I love it. Yeah. So in microbes, we can basically create new types of materials, fuels, and food. So, I truly think that microbiology is, the future for humans in a lot of different ways. And I think that we're going to be using microbes a lot going forward. Yeah. Thank you for the questions. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome in. All right, guys. Guys, remember, please, thank you for being here. Thank you for the TikTok things. You know what I mean? The heart me's, especially right now. We need to get those up. And thank you for the shares, the reposts, all that kind of stuff. All right, let's see if we can get into does microbiology greatly accelerate scientific research opportunities? Not necessarily. It has to be connected to humans. So.
Oh, no, we got things to do.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? We got things. You want to battle?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want to talk, or can we check?
No. I'm down to talk. I'm listening. We got people here too.
Okay, cool.
Other people here.
Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, you just got a bunch of feedback, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't talk with my the feedback is too hard. Sorry, man. Okay. Yeah. I couldn't. Did you guys hear the feedback? It was like a 2-second feedback. I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Anyway. All right, here we go. Hey, what's up, man?
Dude, you have a really good camera, dude.
Oh, thank you. I'm
That's
Dr.
crazy.
Greg. I am your new Bill Nye the Science Guy. So I give you cool science breakthroughs, facts, news, and then people ask me questions with their chat about biology while we battle.
That's sick.
Nice. Cool. Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's do it. Do you want to start with like a science fact or something?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Teach me.
Let's do it. Let's see what we get. Ooh, these are cool. So basically, the problem with freezing, if you ever got frozen, is that basically the water inside of your cells would expand, and then it would break those cell walls and those cell membranes. And these frogs have basically created a way to have antifreeze inside of their cells so that they can actually bury themselves in the winter and like be protected, so that when the spring comes and they thaw out, they're still alive.
That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
That's
They've actually
sick.
evolved a way to have like a glucose-based antifreeze, which is really cool.
Where
Let's
do
do
they
this.
live?
What was that?
Where do they live?
It's actually pretty common, like for amphibians, like for it's not that uncommon. Dude, bamboo is one of the fastest growing land plants. They can grow up to 3 feet in a single day.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy. You
yeah,
like
people
watch it and you can like see it like growing.
Yeah, people actually, they're looking for into bamboo for like the sustainable and renewable like materials in order to kind of like build materials out of going forward. Yeah, it's really cool.
Crazy. What the heck?
Yeah, it's very strong. Very cool. Let's see one more thing. Let's see what we get. Oh, your stomach acid's so strong. So hydrochloric acid inside of your stomach, if you took it out, it's actually strong enough in order to dissolve stainless steel. So in order to basically protect itself, the stomach has to regenerate stomach cells over time. So the new stomach cells, the lining will actually repair itself, add a new protective barrier, then the acid erodes, then kind of over and over. And the lining is actually regenerated every couple days.
Jeez. So let's say when you pass away from starvation, right? Your stomach pretty much eats itself. Or no?
I never thought about it like that. I guess so. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, something like that.
That's crazy. What the heck? I wonder what it looks like.
Yeah, probably not good. Probably not good.
Yeah,
probably not good, man.
That's gross.
Cool, man. Well, what do you do?
I do sales. I do door-to-door sales.
Oh, nice, man. Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
How long have you been doing this for?
I've been doing it. I've been a scientist for 17 years. I've been doing science communication on the internet for like 5 years, and then TikTok since like August of last year. But this kind of whole thing with like the production and like this whole thing is like the last like 2 months. So it's like kind of like changed a little bit.
How many people do you have working this whole thing?
I joke and I say that there's like camera guys and stuff, but it's just me. It's just me and like a stream deck and some OBS automations and stuff. Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah.
How much was like the entire setup, dude? That's gotta be tough.
I mean, I have 3 cameras, and then that was like what I got specifically for this, and then the stream deck. So that was the all together.
Huh. Actually,
Yeah.
I got a question for you. You said
Sure.
so you're a scientist, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I got a question about peptides. Have you been hearing about those?
Yeah.
Because like I've been slowly getting into them. What do you think about them?
So, it matters how serious and optimized you are outside of them, basically. So if you're talking about like BPC 157 and those kind of stuff, like, if you're sleeping 4 to 5 hours a night, then that would be better. That would be a better way to spend your time, but if you're like a near professional athlete, getting the amount of protein and fiber that you need, making sure you're sleeping 7-8 hours a night, making sure that you're lifting, 3 or 4 times a week, full body, you're doing your cardio, then it's like, then now, okay, so you're going to go from a 90% efficiency up to that 99th percentile. But if you're already like optimized and you're at like 50%, it's going to get you to maybe like 60%. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because people think it's just going to do miracles for them, but if you don't put the work in, there's no point.
Yeah, exactly. So if they're think about it, they are manipulating hormone cascades in your body. So, and kind of like manipulating that kind of stuff. But if those systems aren't already optimized, the peptides are going to signal those cascades, but like they're not, it's going to be pushing on rope, right? They're going to be like, okay, more energy here. And your body's like, bro, we don't have any HGH. We don't have any IGF-1. We don't have any blank, you know what I mean? So that's why it's like, you just got to make sure that that's all, done.
Yeah, because I've been on, I don't know if you know Retatrutide. I've been on that for like 2 months now.
Okay.
And it's been helping me a lot. Like definitely lose weight and like get me like cut and shredded.
Yeah.
But like it's not like FDA approved and all this other stuff. And it's just like it's kind of just interesting. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's a triple action. So basically it has GLP-1 agonists, which is kind of like Ozempic, and then the double action is sensitivity, so insulin sensitivity, and then that's a double action, so that's what tirzepatide is, and then the triple action, which is retatrutide, is actually they added glucagon into there, and the glucagon helps with basically stimulating your lipid breakdown. So that's why it's so good for like cutting, because it actually specifically goes after lipolysis. It's the breakdown of lipids. So you just want to make sure, man, just make sure that you are, one, getting your protein and your fiber, and then 2, weightlifting. So you want to make sure that you're weightlifting like full body at least 3 times a week.
Yeah, I do that.
Nice. Good.
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah, because your body is it's in a deficit, and the whole point of weightlifting and specifically progressive overload is that you're telling your body like, we're not skipping on this. You can because your muscles are basically like your body's checking account. Like it's going to take from there first thing that it can, because it's like it's really easy to break those down. Your lipids are actually a lot harder to break down. It takes more energy to break down lipids, so it's actually not the first energy store that it comes towards. That's kind of like the whole idea of the glucagon, is that kind of like pushes it into that part. So yeah, that's what weightlifting is for, and that's what the protein is for specifically.
That's so cool. I'm gonna be a follow, dude. That's actually fire. Appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
Help.
All right. Likewise, man.
All right.
Well, I'd love to talk to you again. Thanks for the chat. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Have a good one, Dr. Greg.
Have a good one.
Catch you.
It's retatrutide. So RETATRUTIDE. So that's like these are they're expensive, and again, like it's better to optimize without them. But pharmacologically, for people that are morbidly obese, it's going to be a life changer for them, and it's going to improve their quality of life dramatically. So I would definitely recommend talking to your physician if you're obese. There's no shame in using pharmacological methods in order to improve your quality of life ever. If anyone shames you for improving your quality of life, then think about that. That's kind of messed up. Optimize how? So, basically you want to make sure, again, like I was saying, you're working out, the main one is sleep. You sleeping. I think everyone should honestly be weightlifting 2 times a week, full body, 2 hours a week. And you can have huge benefits for your bone density when you age, and your muscle mass going forward means that you're less likely to fall down. It's definitely going to help. So that kind of thing. So that, and then, making sure you have enough protein and fiber, just makes you healthy. Sleep and animal protein, no other protein. No, you don't have to have animal protein. It's about having, basically your weight so like I weigh 190 pounds right now. So my goal is to get 190 grams of protein a day. So that's what it is. So you just want to, that's a good like ballpark. You can have more than that actually, but it's a good ballpark. It's, so the thing is like, so basically like plants have proteins in them, right? So the difference is, but your muscle looks different than a plant leaf, right? So what happens is that the amino acids that are inside of plants aren't going to have the essential building blocks in order to make more protein, more muscle in your body. So what you need to do is get those building blocks from other sources. So you can absolutely be a vegan bodybuilder. You can absolutely be, it works. Obviously people can get those amino acids in lots of different ways, obviously, right? It's just, you have to make a concerted effort and you have to make sure that you're getting them. So plant and fish, nice. Yeah, it's totally good. An extra protein is just going to wash out. Yeah, Augie, I think that the nice thing about protein is that it makes you more satiated. That's what I like to, I would even have more if I could protein, just because it keeps me satiated and I'm less likely to snack and like have thoughtless carbs. Thoughtless carbs are just thoughtless pounds that I just add on. Fish are great. That's actually my go-to lunch is like canned sardines or mackerel. I love it. You can get it at Costco. It's like $1 a can, and you have like actually fillets. You put it on some crackers, have some like seaweed salad or some seedless sweet peppers or some cocktail cucumbers, so you can just like add in whatever vegetable that you want. Amazing. You want to aim for 30 to 40 grams of protein every time that you eat. So if I'm aiming for 200 grams of protein a day and I'm assimilating 40 grams at a time, that means I need to eat 5 different times, right? So I do that by having a protein shake before I work out. I actually I put the pre-workout in with the protein shake, and then I'll have my lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that's 4, and then I basically have a snack sometime during the day, which is like something like protein based. So that's what it is. Tin fish, yes, exactly. It's amazing. Yeah, you can do after workout. Yeah, absolutely, Rob. Like you can do it before or after. It's totally okay. I love to I eat it honestly like before I work out. I put some protein in my pre-workout and stuff. Just it's like vanilla flavored, and my pre-workout is like raspberry, so it like works out great. And then I usually have my lunch right after that, so it like that gets me 2 eating windows, and it allows me to kind of like do it. Yeah, if you're gonna have protein, you need to like have more veg too. Absolutely, like plant protein. So that means what is fiber? So fiber is going to be things that the plant, that's like the fibrous part of plants, like the parts that are hard, that that's not going to be like it's not like a fruit or something, right? It's like the leaf material. It's like imagine like a cucumber versus a blueberry. A blueberry isn't going to have any fiber in it, right? But like some type of you know artichoke or something that's going to be a lot different. A stalk of broccoli, yeah, exactly. Broccoli is a great example of high fiber. Yeah, something with crunch. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. There you go. Exactly. Yeah. All right, guys, love it. See, there you go, guys. We the gym stream follows us. Does certain vegetables contain protein? Helen, that's a really interesting question. So yes, so seeds. That's why. So some plant matter has all the essential amino acids into it, and that's why it's called like a perfect protein. So quinoa is like the classic example for that. So quinoa is has all the amino acids that you need. So but you can have some that have all of them. So yeah. Rice and beans is another really interesting example. Rice and beans have all of those two together have all your amino acids, and it's really cheap. So if you think about it, like I actually don't think, and I actually don't. This is the number one thing I actually tell them, like in my undergrads, when I'm telling them like how to make sure to eat healthy, because my first class when I teach undergrads is actually how to eat well, and how to budget, because it's like I really feel like if you're food insecure and you're hungry, you're not going to learn well. So as a professor, my first thing to tell you is like, here are the resources at campus that you can get food from. Here's how to budget, and here is how I stayed healthy during my undergrad. And a lot of it is like buying in bulk, making food in bulk with food processors and slow cookers. But things like that, it's like the number one way to keep your food cheaper is to remove the animal protein, because the animal protein, if you do a cost benefit analysis, that by far the most expensive thing on your plate is pretty much all the time going to be the animal protein. So if you can cut that out, it's a good way to save money, and you can save money, and it's healthy to do that. So that's me though. No ramen in a cup. Yeah, I mean that's that is it. Yes, yeah, Ness, exactly. Lots of protein, no fiber, and that's hemorrhoids. Yeah, exactly. I love tofu. Tofu is really good. So tofu gets a bad name, and it's because people will have tofu the wrong way. Tofu is a sponge for sauce. If you don't like the taste of tofu, you just haven't been putting the right sauce on it. Nobody is eating tofu raw. You know what I mean? And you also, a big hack for me that I like is getting the extra firm tofu. So unless you're putting it into like a soup or something like that, where you kind of want the silken one, but it's going to break down. So even still, a lot of times I will still do the extra firm, even if I'm going into a soup. But my point is that you can actually like brown extra firm tofu in order to like actually make it like more meaty. And you like literally brown the sides, and it's like it takes a little bit. It takes a little bit of time, but you do it, man, and it tastes so good. You put like a good sauce on there. So that was like literally what I ate in college with my wife. She did this all the time. Quinoa, tofu, and bok choy, baby bok choy. Oh my gosh, I'm mouth watering right now just thinking about it. To be honest with you, it's so good. Bok choy. If you've never tasted bok choy, baby bok choy, it is unbelievable. It's very good. And then that's the crunchy part, right? So that gives you the protein. I mean, sorry, the fiber, and then you have quinoa and tofu, so it has a lot of protein in it, and it's pretty cheap. Yeah, it's good. So anyway. You like the sauce? The sauce is good. The sauce is good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, baby bok choy is so good. I don't like the adult, like the matured bok choy. It can be kind of fibrous, you know. It can be a lot of fiber. I know, Abe. Hey, you know what, man? I think people enjoy it, so it is what it is. Tofu is really good in saucy Indian, Chinese, and other Asian food plates. Exactly. Yeah, I love it. So a book that changed my life, like my life, genuinely changed a cooking book changed my life, and it's called The Indian Slow Cooker. You can get it off of Amazon. It's unbelievable. You know, basically with like 5 different Indian spices, you can make a whole host of amazing Indian food. And if you're not aware, like the majority of India is actually vegetarian. So, you know, it's like specifically really, really good. Like lentils have a lot of protein in them. You put some quinoa in there, that's some more protein. And like the spices are not expensive. I got my wife a masala dala, like, you know, the whole thing with it is really, you know, really nice. But the point is that the spices really aren't that expensive. You can go to like an Asian market and stuff. It's really cheap. You can make your own curry. Do not get a curry packet, guys. Don't get a curry packet. It's really not that hard. You can make your own. It will change your life. I'm telling you, it's so good. Anyway, I love it. Yeah, exactly, Jojo. Yeah. They're not it's just a good way. It's just a good way to approach it, you know. Name that book again. The Indian Slow Cooker. I'll type it out. Yeah, I agree, Jojo. Yeah, I'm not saying anyone should buy their own curry packets. Don't buy a curry packet. You make your own curry sauce. It's really not that hard. It really isn't that hard. And it's so much better than anything that you can buy store bought. Like so much better. So yeah, check it out. The Indian Slow Cooker. CNS, have fun. And wow, Rob, that's crazy. Boiled cabbage gave me blockage. Wow, that's awful. Sorry about that. Interesting. Okay, let's. Okay, Harv. I gotta do the science show, but I guess I can have like a time for a little quick question since it's kind of like at a break right here. Hi.
Hey, man.
What's up?
So I just had a couple questions. Since you said you're a microbiology PhD, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any, like on the cutting edge of biology, is there any specific theories that stand out to you, or are there people working on like the origin of life, like how evolution got started?
Yeah, I mean, they actually just made a huge breakthrough that basically like RNA has the capability of having enzymatic activities. So basically the idea is that there was some RNA that could self-replicate, and they actually were able to do that. So they did a directed evolution experiment, and they found that an RNA was able to self-replicate with only 14 codons, which is remarkable. Really cool. So that was like the shortest amount of the shortest molecular sequence that's ever been able to self-replicate before. So they actually, that just came out like within the last month.
So RNA is more simple than DNA, I guess.
Yeah, it also, and unlike DNA, RNA can actually have enzymatic capabilities too. So like when RNA folds, it actually has the capability of having like some structure there that will actually give it some capability to actually bind to things. So a lot of our body, it actually has and uses RNA instead of proteins. Sometimes like or RNA and proteins will actually kind of marry, and like they'll create one thing in order to do whatever process they need to happen. So it like we see that in our body. On top of that, the current hypothesis for like the origin of life is that there was an RNA world before there was like DNA.
Yeah, I'm all in on evolution and everything. It's just, and I know we're trying to study something that happened billions of years ago, and that's difficult in and of itself. But it's just, I just wish we could have like a clear-cut picture of how, like, even RNA came to be. Like is there any type of experiment or anything that could like validate the theory? Like it's just, I just wish we could have that answer like clear cut. You know what I mean?
There's the closest we've gotten is that there was a nearby asteroid that we went and like sampled from them. It was just some random asteroid. It was just really close by, and that's why we went for it. And basically it found a lot of not RNA, but the building blocks to RNA on there. So that kind of like is an interesting because one of the possible, maybe not the most probable, but the most a possible route that life began on Earth was that we were seeded by an asteroid that had some type of RNA-based life on it, or RNA precursor to life that then propagated on Earth. So that was honestly the closest thing that I've seen in order to kind of like substantiate that hypothesis.
But that would just push the problem back, like then how did RNA precursors come to be on another world,
Yeah, I mean, we're never gonna know, I mean, like as in my.
You don't think we ever will? Or we just, as of now?
So science never answers all of its questions. Like that's like a really fundamental part of like science research. Like, so for my PhD, like I did a thing, but now I went through that door, right? We have that new knowledge that we never had before, but now we're in that room, and now that room has 10 more doors. So it kind of like, that's what the whole idea of like we stand on the shoulders of giants thing is that like we can see, but we're never going to be at the top of the mountain and be like, oh, we figured it all out, and that's just what it is. That we're always going to be investigating hypothesis-driven research. We're always going to be looking for how we can better understand the world.
Yeah, wouldn't it be cool to jump like 1,000 years into the future and see what they figured out based on like what we figured out?
Honestly, man, I'd probably go. I don't know. This is my biology brain kind of like going back, but like, I would honestly want to go back into like the giant insect world where there were like beetles the size of cars and like stuff like that. Where it's like, there was like the insect dominant world, like the life forms that existed on Earth. Is like 99.9% of organisms that have ever existed went extinct. So there's just unfathomable diversity of life that we we don't see now, and especially now since like we've caused a lot of extinction, humans have. So it's just kind of, I would just love to see like a super well populated, thriving Earth, and like see that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And then the only other thing I was going to ask about is like I've like I grew up very religious, and I like thought my way out of it, but like I said, I'm all in on evolution, but there's like there's some like I guess emergent aspects. Like I try to think of everything as like, okay, that's explained by evolution, even whenever it's like human behaviors. And I think of just things like loving to draw, or like music, or like these emergent things that don't seem to have any like survival benefit. Is there like, is that just like an emergent feature of us having like evolved brains that we kind of like don't have to worry about like survival anymore? Or what do you make it, or like the appreciation of beauty and things like that?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think that that's like the best way to understand it. I mean, there are, play. There's play that happens in the animal world that's outside of just like, the best understanding is that maybe it's like to learn how to attack prey or something like that, but still there are like, there is play that exists outside of the humans, and I feel like that is just a way that we are playing, with our frontal lobe. That is like the distinctly different thing that humans have than other organisms, is like a really large frontal lobe basically in our brains. So how we've evolved, since we are as evolved as all other organisms, we as humans have evolved in order to use that frontal lobe in different ways. And so as just as evolved as we are to make the art or make music, which we are also as evolved as sharks or something like that have evolved in order to do their specific niche and exist there.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then also, I think there's probably something there about how we've kind of conquered like so many of the natural pressures that the majority of our ancestors probably had to deal with, like hunger and just like shelter from the environment and stuff. Like there's not as many selection pressures on modern day humans as there used to be. So we probably just have time and energy to spend on pondering and exploration and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're not in the throes of natural selection, and we have basically like our populations like breed like all intermingle like all the time. So we it's not like a strict like evolutionary process that's like making humans. So I think like the next generation of like human evolution would probably be like gene therapy wise. So trying to like use molecular biology tools in order to kind of like edit out the disease causing mutations in our populations, so that eventually they just kind of like they don't happen except for through random DNA polymerase errors.
And then last question, are you hopeful for the future of humanity? What do you think about our future?
I think like as a scientist, I'm kind of like eternally optimistic, right? I kind of like, within the biology space, I kind of make organisms better. So I'm kind of like a weird bioengineer kind of thing. And that's another outlook. Like an engineer is kind of like always thinking that there could be some iteration that is better. So I think like my personality and who I am is kind of like an optimistic person. So I do think that there's, we have a lot of hope, out there. There's breakthroughs and there's technology, man, like that I could explain to you right now. That would be, you'd be like, there's no way that happens. That's like a Star Trek thing. And I'm like, no, we do that right now. So it's like, so that's kind of like the disconnect too. And that's the frustrating thing where it's like the layperson versus like what the science is the disconnect is so large that I can understand why people are like, how has my life ever improved? This seems like we're just spinning in, the circling the drain thing, but it's like, no, really, we actually did just, put cancer into remission for, through a gene therapy medicine, 2 years ago for a kid. Like she had childhood leukemia. She had 2 years to live, and we went in through CRISPR, which is a gene editing tool, and edited out the leukemia inside of her cells with one treatment. And within 2 years later, she's still in complete remission. So it's like, we have so much hope, like in terms of like editing out some things. Like there could be literally in your lifetime, there could be, you go to your physician, get your sequencing done, understand that you have some like troublesome mutations. You come back in a month, they have your medicine for you. They just give you one injection and then that's it. So like that, we're literally testing that right now. There's like tests of human trials that are happening right now, dozens of them all across the world that are, trying this new technology. So it's like that's kind of like the frustration for me as a scientist, because like I'm trying to bridge that gap. I'm trying to be like, guys, we should not cut and run from the science and technology. We are like literally making this world better right now. But for like the layperson that doesn't understand that, I can understand that. I can understand the viewpoint of like what's going on, or why should we fund science? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I guess I have less sympathy for people who don't want to fund science, because I feel like, obviously over time, like lifespans have gotten longer and conditions have gotten better, but I feel like science is kind of our only hope for a better life,
Yeah, I agree. I agree. The problem is that you have like conspiracies that humans used to live 1,000 years and like never had problems, and until like modern days, and then now it's we only live until we're 85, and that's less than 800 years. So that's kind of like the problem, and I do feel like I'm a little bit more pessimistic about like social media algorithms kind of like taking over the view that people have of reality, and kind of because people will literally agree more with their algorithms than they'll agree with their own eyes and ears, which is dangerous and awful. But I think I think that there is a lot of hope, I think.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you.
Thank you, man, thanks for the conversation. I appreciate it.
Yep.
All right. Okay, missing piece. We got to do this real quick, and then I got to do the show. But okay. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good.
I was gonna ask you about something I've realized having conversations with people who might be more like kind of scientific and atheist. I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. But I have a question for you in regards to like the Big Bang Theory.
Okay, I'm not a physicist, so I'm as much as just a fan as you are, but I can tell you what I think about it for sure.
Sure. Okay, sounds good. So, because all right. So when I was growing up, and what we were all taught is like.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, bro. I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry. Request up again. I'm sorry. I was trying to mute my mic and I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. My bad.
So you're good. I was like, that was vicious.
sorry, man. Sorry. I was trying to mute my mic. Go for it.
No, you're. Can't be created or destroyed, and I was like, yeah, I agree with that. Like any theories that maybe the universe is like eternal or has always been here or something like that, I'm on board with. But what I noticed is that with the Big Bang Theory, which I haven't, basically when I Googled it to make sure I knew what I was talking about, you also, if you type in the Big Bang Theory, it'll show you that TV show. So you have to type in Big Bang Theory of the universe, right?
Yeah.
And when you do that, it's like Wikipedia, and it says, the initial point, that's what it says. And then the next two options are space.com and NASA. And both of those say the beginning of the universe. Okay. So this is and then when I look into what the universe means, because I think I know what I'm talking about, but people keep pushing back, so I keep looking things up. The universe is everything that exists, which is different from the observable universe, which are the things that we are aware of and we can measure or take in with our senses or measure with instruments or whatever, right? All right. So if we agree that the Big Bang Theory, as it currently is stated, says the beginning of the universe, which it does, that's the beginning of everything that exists, and we are in a spot where where science is proposing a jump from nothing to something. Do you see my confusion with that?
I mean, the nothing is like how I can understand it. How I understand is like it's a space-time is relative. So before the Big Bang, it kind of like it's just there, and then after the Big Bang, it happens the expansion, and like space and time kind of explodes. So that's how I understand it.
Right. Now, here's the thing. I am open to the idea that maybe they just need to update the verbiage on it. And maybe if I talk to some leading physicists, they would say something like, well, maybe it shouldn't say the beginning of the universe. Maybe it should say as far back as we can see, and then we can see it expanding. But even with what you just said, there's an implication in there that maybe there was something prior to or separate from that universe that expanded in the Big Bang. But the problem with that is that that's not what universe means. So now I grant you, like, again, this might not be what they like. Maybe they can change the wording and it'll make sense to me. But you have to imply that there was something that was there, some kind of potentiality for the Big Bang to happen, or some area where there was some other energy or something outside of the universe. But again, then you are back in the same issue of the universe is everything that exists. So it can't be the birth of the universe unless you are saying that there was nothing, non-existence, and then this thing just magically, miraculously, something appeared out of nothing.
Yeah, from what I understand is that the Big Bang can like see like it's like an absurd resolution now. It's like 0.0001 seconds after the Big Bang. Like we can like really go back like super far. But I mean, we haven't been able to see positive evidence for anything before the Big Bang. So I think that's why that exists. But like, you know, whether or not it's like a continually seeded explosion or a simulation or, you know, whatever, you know, thing people will come up to is kind of, we just don't know. So people kind of are filling in the gaps with whatever they think, you know, is what it is. So I don't think like we'll ever probably know that question, you know. I think it's just kind of like you have to be okay and content with science is never going to have all the answers for everything.
Yeah, I think that's very reasonable, and I agree with that. But yeah, when I've had these conversations with other people, they start to get like real slippery, and they start to talk about like, well, maybe it wasn't really the start, and I'm like, fine, like I agree with you, but then we have to change what it says, because right now it says the start of existence, which is a claim that it would still fall under Hitchens' razor, which is, you know, that which can be submitted without evidence may be dismissed without evidence. So we can say it's as far back as we can see, and I'm totally on board with that. I have no contest even with the 14 billion years. I have no contest with evolution. I have no contest with the things that are, you know, that we have a lot of evidence for and are you know, well documented and the general consensus. I'm on board with that. I think that that's probably true without me having, you know, as much knowledge as maybe I could. But yeah, either way, I guess that's my main gripe with it is it does claim to be the start of the universe. And in order to push back against that, you either have to define the word universe differently to not mean everything that exists, or you have to make the claim that there was something before it.
Yeah, I think honestly the best people to ask about this would be like Dr. Blitz or Jorge Physics, because they're both like they both have lives and stuff that deal with like exactly this. So they would probably be better to answer your question.
Yeah, gotcha. And now, just because now I will say I don't subscribe or I'm not taking on the idea that consciousness is an emergent property of matter.
Okay.
So I'll just go ahead. You can. What were you gonna say?
I said okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll just tell you now. I don't know the answer to this, but just looking at things probabilistically. I don't know. Is that a word? Probabilistically.
Sure. Yeah.
Looking at things in terms of probability. When I look at evolution and how when I just on its face, when I take on this idea that I feel like science kind of in the subtext pushes, which is that, this is kind of a meaningless universe and we're kind of here by happenstance and randomness and it doesn't really care and it's kind of stupid and it's kind of fluked its way to where we are at this point through random. You don't agree with that? What's your take?
No. I mean, there's a process. So if I dropped this, like how many ways could it go?
Yeah, if you drop that, it's going to fall.
So one way, but theoretically, with how you're framing it, it could go an infinite amount of directions, right? It could go here, 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 here if I dropped it, right? But the reason why you only said that there's one is because there's a natural process that can explain that one, and that you rightly so said that's what it is. So it's not random. It's not like a random direction that thing was going to fall. It's a specific one that's guided by a natural process. So life isn't randomly here. It's here because it was evolved for over time through a natural process. So it's definitely not worthless or anything. It definitely is like, life is as a as an organism, that has a evolved frontal cortex in order to think about things and philosophize, right? That's what we evolved to do. Therefore, like our brains, whatever that purpose is that we see for like our life can kind of be emergent from whatever that is. For me, like it's and this is also, you can see this through evolution, is like my goal is to try to solve problems, try to make the world a better place than when I first found it, kind of thing. And that feeling of compassion and sympathy, that's an evolved biological process as well. Because like if you think about a population of two humans, one that has a bunch of compassion in it, like my worldview, versus one that's just murderous and that is like no compassion, everything like that. Well, the one with more compassion is going to share resources with one another. We're going to defend one another. We're going to look out for one another. So that population is more likely to actually evolve. And the one that just kills each other off, that's not going to happen. You're just not going to have that population anymore. So that I do think that they're from evolution.
So these natural processes, do they have intent?
So the random processes that make the DNA mutations, like that is only one part of it. The other part that's crucial and that creates the directionality is natural selection. So how you select which mutation confers the best fitness advantage through nature and through how what created us was natural in origin, so that they were naturally selected. We can have intent in picking human selected organisms in order to find all the mutation that we want. So an example of this is dogs, right? So like we with intent picked and created and breeded, pugs, for example, that didn't exist in nature. So like the intent implies kind of like a creator or an engineering aspect of it. I think that genuinely, like, organisms are probably more conscious than we like give them. So I do think that organisms are trying to like live. They are trying to like fulfill their life. Most of them are probably thinking more on the level of like food, water, breed, that kind of thing, prey, fight, that kind of thing. Not kind of philosophizing like we are.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that last part. The part that I'm still trying to figure out is, okay, so with evolution and with these, maybe this, like the things that like give survival advantage, being, those being the things that continue. So when we look at these instincts and evolution, the question I'm still kind of stuck on is, does the universe, from your perspective, have intent to send things in the direction that they're going with that? Like the intent. So like I agree with you. I think humans philosophize. I think that humans would be considered like more conscious creatures than, I don't know. They say like dolphins and other animals are very intelligent, but maybe humans are the most conscious creatures to exist, or definitely in the top few that have ever existed. Now, I think that, and I think that shows to me that evolution, whether it has intent or not, does seem to be headed towards higher levels of intelligence and consciousness for whatever reason. So I guess my question is still, with these instincts that are built in and all of the species and organisms that we've had throughout those 14 billion years, or everything that's happened that has led to this point during that expansion, from natural laws to the solar system to whatever, are those things, is there intent there to create this absurdly harmonious system that we have right here?
No, that's definitely a no. I mean, humans are as evolved as anything else that exists now. So that we are as evolved as turtles that are born on a beach, then swim 10,000 miles into the ocean, and then somehow can make their way back to the exact beach that they were born on. That we still don't really understand how they can do that. We don't understand how they can understand where they are in the world and after swimming so long to go back to that exact same beach. Like we have some hypotheses, but like there are tons of different things that exist in nature that we can't explain, that are way more evolved than we are. On different aspects, like our eyes, for example, only have like 3 different types of cones, and mantis shrimp have like 17 different types of cones. So it's like we're definitely not like, evolution isn't like a ladder or a staircase or anything like that. Like humans are just like a really so life basically began 3,800 million years ago. Animals, so like yeast, evolved 700 million years ago, and humans evolved 0.2 million years ago. So like we haven't even been like, what I mean? There's no way that we are the intent of this thing when we just were randomly here. Well, not randomly, but like we wound up happened to come about at the very, very end. I mean, like during the age of dinosaurs, which happened for like 150 million years, like mammals existed and they were the size of like rats. So it's like, it's not like that happened for over 100 million years. Like humans ourselves, man, we are only 50% humans by cell count. Like we only have like 50% of our cells are humans, the other 50% are bacteria in our gut. So it's like You do you know what I mean? Like we are like of nature. We haven't evolved from it. We are apes.
Oh, I completely agree with that. No, I totally agree that we are nature. Yeah, I guess, but would you contest the idea that if you were to chart intelligence and consciousness and complexity from the most primal forms of life to now, that you would be able to discern an upward trend overall? Like, it might have big places where it goes up and down and things like that, but don't you think that overall it's been heading towards complexity and higher levels of intelligence and consciousness, of which we might be at the front lines of at this point?
Dude, do
you think there's been something more intelligent than humans?
Again, like I think like humans, every single time humans have like tried to map our intelligence, like we have overestimated our intelligence like in tons of different ways, man. Like termites, for example, like their mounds that they make have central air conditioning. They have farms in it where they grow fungus in order to feed the colony. They are directed in a particular they align themselves with the sun, and they have like the wall on specific ends in order to heat one side versus the other during the day. Like and in terms of size, these termite mounds would be 7 miles high if you scaled them to human size. So like in that case, in that example, like humans haven't even, like, what does that say to humans, that we haven't been able to build something that's that big? So again, it's like there's crazy things that happen all throughout the animal kingdom. It's incredible.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not down talking. I mean, I'm totally with you on that stuff. I'm not down talking animals at all. And I'm also, that in general, that sentiment of like humans being better than animals and stuff, like I'm not on board with. I'm just like, I guess, trying to make a case for, okay, how about this for an example? If we view evolution in terms of adaptability and survival value, right now, as far as I can tell, humans seem to be the only creatures that have like essentially gotten out of the food chain for the most part, and have the ability to, like, humans can, if humans decided tomorrow that they wanted to eliminate like basically any species on the planet, they could start doing that. So we certainly, something is certainly different. Like there's certainly a distinction to be made here in regards to the level of control that we have acquired.
No, not necessarily. A beaver family completely changes the biome. Like a single beaver family, they'll completely flood a riverbank, so that the entire.
But we could eliminate beavers, right?
Yeah, but like again, like what does it say that an entire beaver, like one beaver family, can change the entire ecosystem? I mean, that's just one family. So. Again, like there are like examples of that where having a single an ecosystem builder like that type of animal, like it exists in nature already. Like I do think that like humans are uniquely good at the things that we evolved for, which is the the use of our frontal lobe and social interactions and cooperation. I mean, those are like the like main pillars that I think that really stand humans apart. But other than that, I don't think that we are that stand out in like nature wise.
Yeah, I mean, and in regards to like the role everything plays in ecology, I completely agree with you. Again, I'm not like I see what you're saying in terms of like the value for nature. Like and I agree with that, and the complexity of these animals. Somebody in the comments said humans seem to be more sentient, which I guess is kind of what I'm saying. So yeah, I guess in my opinion, I think that if you were to map chart for sentience, across the animal, from the beginning of life on Earth to now, I think you would end up with an upward chart. But even if we set that aside, I think I can make the case without that. Again, all of these, the way that everything works. So like, the thing that we happen to be the perfect, like a great distance from the sun. And if it were a little bit closer, we wouldn't be here. And if it was a little bit farther.
No, it's not true. Like, but our orbit is actually like oblong. So we actually get like further and closer, like all the time, like to the sun. So that, yeah. It's,
right. But if that orbit was moved or shifted, or the sun was closer to the orbit, or further from the orbit, overall we would have problems, because those close areas, when we get closer to the sun, would be that much closer, and the far areas, if it went away, would be that much farther.
And then we would evolve to have that many more heat shock proteins or not. It's like, it's not, what I mean? It's like, it's not, I don't think that there's anything special about like Earth, necessarily, like compared to, there's lots of different planets that have like our, where we are, and we don't
You don't think there's anything special about Earth compared to most of the universe we can observe around us?
Like, we don't even know if there was life like on other planets, like in our solar system. I don't think that we know enough in order to say something definitively like that.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I would still say, from what we can observe, it certainly seems like Earth seems to be some sort of exception.
No. We evolved on Earth, so therefore humans, obviously, it's a Goldilocks zone for human evolution because we evolved here. So it's like, so you're like, yeah, and I'm a plant, and that just got sprouted inside of a houseplant pot. And you're like, it just seems that this is like a Goldilocks zone for me as a plant. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, that's because of the pot and the soil. And it's like, do you know what I mean? It's like we evolved in order to be there. Like that's why it looks so good to us.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because it doesn't really seem to fly with the rest of science's views of probability to say like, well, because this happened, it's kind of like they wipe out probability and they say like, well, because it already happened, now you're kind of arguing backwards. And it's like, okay, but yeah, I'm talking about the fact that it did versus the rest of the universe so far that we can observe, and also taking into account how insanely harmonious everything is, and how insanely harmonious ecology is, and how well it recycles all of its energy, and how everything feeds on something else that feeds on something else, and how the humans
evolved. That evolved, and the fact that like things evolved in order to recycle detritus inside of microbial communities isn't just a happenstance, man. That's life that started 3.8 billion years ago. And now that's like what we observe now, but that took billions of years in order to evolve.
But I'm saying, why is it doing it? Like, I'm saying, like, yes, I understand it's doing that, and I agree with you, it's doing that. But I'm saying the fact that it keeps doing it without any intent behind it, like the fact that this random process keeps on perfecting itself, or keeps
random,
on,
it's not random.
Or I agree with you, it's not random. But if it's not random, then there's intent in it. Or there is intent in what's creating that non-random process.
It's the thing that's falling from my hand. Would you say that there's an intent for the bottle to go downwards?
Well, I think there's intent for I don't think the universe being here, like continuing to have all of these species evolve, I don't think that is like some giant, like 14 billion year run on fluke. Like, I don't think that's that reasonable. But I think what you keep doing is you keep on separating evolution. Like, you keep on acting like, okay, you keep talking as if evolution is some separate thing. And we're kind of like just letting that have its intent. And we're acting like it's not part of the whole, the universe that science is saying is random. It is a part of it. So if science created this really well functioning process that continues to that continues to work towards adaptability and survival and continues to produce new organisms as the other ones dissolve or whatever, then that's still an indication of not random flukes happening all the time. Do you see how you're like separating evolution from? Did you see how like you keep saying, but no, that's what the evolution process is, and I'm going, yes, I understand, but that evolution process got here through randomness, through random matter.
Yeah, I just don't think. Yeah, I don't think that it's random at all. There's natural processes that explain those, and that is.
But how did the natural processes get here? That's my question.
I don't know. How did gravity get here? How did evolution get here? I don't know. It could just be like that evolution is a law of nature, just like how and that's what my opinion is, versus like what gravity is just like a law of physics. It's just that is what happens.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the natural processes, those coming into existence, or those being developed, or the universe trending in that direction, however we want to say it, that right now, science is saying the coming about of those processes is random.
No.
But science says
nobody says
that the coming. Okay, well then, why is it? Okay, so if it's not random, then there is some sort of preference or intent for it.
Again, there's a process. Yes, there's a process. Yes, but an intent, like it plays into this idea that there is a design, and it was designed in order to do that. And I don't think that that's true. A process, yes. Intent and design, no.
But you, okay, the spot that I think we're stuck on is that you keep disconnecting the natural processes from the unfolding of the universe since the Big Bang. You want those things to be separate things. They're not separate things. How could those be separate things?
I'm not saying that they're separate things. I'm saying that there's natural processes that explain everything that we see.
Yeah, yes, but those natural processes are the result of the Big Bang.
Mm-hmm.
And just energy and particles and matter being scattered everywhere. Is that right or wrong?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And then scattering, which is still going on. In this particular area that we're aware of, it has become unbelievably orchestrated and harmonic.
Because there's but that harmonic thing is the natural processes.
But the natural processes are but you're still separating those.
Yeah.
The natural processes are part of the unfolding of the universe. They are part of it. They aren't a separate thing. We think they're a separate thing because science says they're a separate thing, but they're not a separate thing. It's part of what's going on. So unless you're proposing that there was some kind of natural inclination prior to the Big Bang. But if we're taking the Big Bang as it is, and it's scattered, and it just shoots out, and we're in this process of expansion where matter and everything is just moving around randomly, but then these natural processes start to develop. Those aren't separate. The natural processes developing is an indication of order.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not trying to be difficult to argue with you. I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to get through the block that I feel like we're on.
Okay. Well, I mean, it was good talking to you. I'm just gonna move on. But thank you I appreciate you coming up, and yeah, good luck to you, man.
Yeah, same, bro. Thank you.
Okay. Appreciate it. Okay. Real quick, I'm just gonna have Denise come on real quick and then call it a night. I'm like running out of energy here. So Denise, waiting for Denise. How does epigenetics fit into that? Epigenetics is just the silencing of chromosomes at the larger level. So, is that what you mean? Denise. Denise. Okay. It's okay. All right, guys. We did 2 hours of the science show. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Hope you had a good night. We had some really good calls at the beginning there. That was amazing. I'm going to go and spin that out. I'm going to make some highlights of that. And thank you guys. Appreciate you so much. I hope, did we please, are we spared from the D League? We'll see. We'll see, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for all the heart me's. Thank you to the top gifters of the night. Thank you guys, Helen, Ghostbusters, Meg, Heatherish Things, Boab Rob. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. We had a good science show. Thank you, F1. We'll kick it into the gym tomorrow. I don't know what time. I never know what time during the day stream. So those are just kind of like ad hoc, having fun. And we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. I wish you could report it. Okay. That's funny, all clips. I can try to extract it. And we'll try to, I can do it. Yeah, Helen. Yeah, it's just when I feel like it kind of thing. So thank you guys. Thank you, Missing Piece. Appreciate you, man. All right. I to be honest with you, man, I am trying to learn more philosophy to better understand it. Interestingly, I have a doctorate in philosophy, but I've never knew a lot of the philosophical arguments, like the structure of them and the epistemology and all that kind of stuff. So I am trying to understand better at a deeper level the things that I do already know, which is kind of interesting. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. Hope to see you soon. Tomorrow, we'll do the science show again. We'll keep doing it. Thank you guys. Love you. Have a good night. Have a good day. Be nice to someone. Bye.
What was it, Catalina? Bagels are amazing.